let me ask you a question. Would you like to have more confidence? Do you feel if you had more confidence, you'd be doing more than you're currently doing? Do you think if you had more confidence, you will be far better than where you are today? Yes, hello. Today I'm going to share 3 amazing tips that will help you build your self-confidence. And straight away, let's go into number 1. And before we start, help me and subscribe. So number 1 is set yourself challenges. What am I talking about? Most of us, we do things on a daily basis that we never get to stretch ourselves. So the first thing I would like you to do is every 30 days, set yourself a challenge and say, I'm going to do this. So at the end of 30 days, I'm not the same person. So at the end of 30 days, I've actually grown. At the end of the 30 days, I've moved closer to my goals and dreams. So what you do with this one is, at the end of the month, you sit down, even if it's an hour or 20 minutes, and say, what would I like to be more, do more, and have more in this month? So you sit down and write it down. And when you write that down, then you gotta come up with a game plan. So you say, this is what I'm going to do for the next 30 days. I'm going to do it every single day. And I know what you're asking. You're saying, Cam, I haven't got the time. So this is an idea I want you to actually adopt, that I actually use. So once you've set yourself that challenge and you've come up with a game plan, yes, the most important thing is to find the time. Yes, you can have that game plan, but if you don't set aside that, if you don't schedule it, it's not going to get done. So what I would like you to do is, because we get bombarded with so much, social media, friends, things happen. So I want you for tomorrow, what I want you to do is, I want you to set yourself an alarm for 10 minutes. So when you wake up in the morning, the first thing I want you to do is to time yourself for 10 minutes and say, I'm going to work on this first 10 minutes in the morning. So what are you going to do? So you either wake up 10 minutes early or 30 minutes early, but what you do is you do that activity first thing in the morning. And I'm telling you this from experience. What I've done is, if I don't do the things I want to do in the morning, sometimes my day keeps going just like that. So what I would like you to do is schedule those 10 minutes, because then you're giving time to yourself. Instead of scrolling on social media, how about you give yourself those 10 minutes and say, I'm going to do this no matter what. So it becomes a non-negotiable. Remember, we're talking about building your confidence. So let me ask you a question. How are you going to build your confidence when you can't even challenge yourself to do that activity for just 10 minutes? And let me tell you, if you do that, guess what? The more we accomplish, the more confident we become. The more we set ourselves challenges and stick to them, the more self-esteem, the more good we feel about ourselves. So do that. Next one, I want you to do something daily that challenges you. Do something that scares you every single day. Even if it's not something that scares you, but do something that you haven't done before. What am I talking about? Let's start. I like to use baby steps. So let's say you take a certain route to work. How about you say, today I'm going to take a different route to work. See, the way we live every single day is through comfort. So if you say to yourself, I'm just going to do something different every single day. It could be, I'm going to skip my cup of coffee I have every 3 hours. I'm going to skip one. It could be, instead of having 10 cigarettes, I'm going to reduce it to 5. So what happens is, when you start doing these things, you are going to start feeling better about yourself. You're going to start feeling good about yourself, because guess what? You're doing things that are contrary to that norm. See, when you do something every single day and it's the same thing, guess what? Your lifetime turns into that, what do they call it? What's that movie? I've forgotten the name, but what happens is, yes, daily hope. Yeah, Oh yeah, Groundhog Day, that's the one. Yes, Groundhog Day. So you do the same thing over and over and over and over, and you wonder why your life is not changing. So you gotta say, I'm going to do something different every single day. I'm going to change something, because if I don't, then guess what? I'm going to stay in the same position, and you don't want that. So challenge yourself to do something different daily. Challenge yourself to say, I am going to do something different, because if I don't, then I'm going to stay in the same position. So what are you going to do different every single day? Start with something tiny. It could be walking across the block. It could be making that phone call to apologize to, someone you had, some time back. So make that commitment to yourself. Like I said, this is your life. If you don't do something, then guess what? You are going to stay in the same position. You are not going to feel confident about yourself. So that's one of the things that I would like you to do. The next one, this is a big one, is I want you to monitor your internal conversation. Monitor what goes on between your ears. So what's your self-talk? See, one of the most important things we've had is that, words are things. So how are you talking to yourself on a daily basis? And let me pose a question to you. Would you ever want anyone to come in your house and talk to you the way you talk to yourself on a daily basis? Of course not. So that self-talk is so important. So on a daily basis, when you start your day, the most important thing is to start yourself by talking to yourself positively. Say to yourself, today I'm going to have a great day. Today I choose to have a great day. No matter what happens, I'm going to stay positive. No matter what happens, I'm going to guard myself against everything that's outside of me. Because we know once you regulate your internal feelings and thoughts, guess what? That's what's going to be reflected on the outer. Everything is about energy. So if you're taking yourself negatively, then guess what? That's what you're going to produce in your experiences. And the more you talk to yourself positively and stick to that throughout the day, what's going to happen is slowly, you're going to start feeling confident about yourself, right? So I want you to try it. It's one of the most important things you could ever do. So how can you practice this on a daily basis? So each one is different. So but the best way, because if you're just starting out and you've had that negative voice so many times, so what I would like you to do is set yourself an hourly alarm. So what you do is you set your alarm and say, I am going to do this every hour. So what happens is, once your alarm goes off, you ask yourself, what was my conversation in the last hour? So you set your alarm every hour. What's my conversation? We all know everything starts with awareness. So if you're aware of your conversation with yourself, guess what? The more you're going to start monitoring it and changing it. So every time the alarm goes off, you ask yourself, what was my conversation in the last hour? And imagine doing that every single day. Imagine doing that for a day. If you are working for 10, 12, 13 hours, imagine how that will dramatically improve the way you talk to yourself. Imagine how it will improve your confidence. So those are the three lessons. Those are the three ways I wanted to share that will dramatically improve your self-confidence. So the first one is set yourself challenges, at least monthly. The second one, do things differently. Do things that scare you on a daily basis. And the big one is I want you to monitor your internal conversation on a daily basis, because if you don't, you're going to end up on autopilot. So you gotta be conscious of the way you're talking to yourself. Those were the three tactics, and please do me a favor, if you like this video, if anyone you know struggling with confidence, share this video with them, and don't forget to comment below because I like to, engage with you guys. And also, please do me a favor and subscribe, and also hit that notification. So every time I upload a video, then you are assured to get that video that I uploaded. Thank you guys, and as always, it's been Kam saying, go after your goals and dreams like your life depends on it. And also, if you would like to discover your life purpose, check out my online course that I just created, because we all know life without a life purpose is not worth living. So I'll catch you on tomorrow's video. Have a fantastic day. Mwah.